the nail clippings that I have. But that's a cool one. But that's what we had. That's so cool. Yeah, that looks right. That feels right to me. Which nail these came from. Those edges are so sharp. Well, hello. A very short introduction before I change the camera angle and you can no longer see my face. I wanted to make a video with, or showing you, the nail clippings that I have collected over the last few years. Before I started this channel, I collected my nail clippings much less, but if I had a particularly long one, I would keep them. And so there's quite a collection in there. Some are very long, some are not so long, but I thought I could get them out and kind of figure out which nail they came from. And I also have set up, because I was just taking some pictures, I have this. Ooh. Like I'm doing a scientific experiment. So let me change the camera angle and we can tip these out. And look at me thinking I'm all aesthetic with some blue silky material as a backdrop. As I said, I was just taking some photos, hence the setup. This is just a black piece of felt I have in there. For a backdrop of the nails, I guess. So I've been making videos and taking pictures of my nails for coming up to 2 years. It will be about a year and 10 months, I think. I started my Instagram in December 2023. And since then, I've kept every nail that's broken that I can. However, some have been lost. And before that, I would say I only had 5 or 6 nail clippings that I'd kept from long nails. And I've definitely lost a few because I know I had a blue one that was painted blue. But that's not here anymore. And something I quite like doing is trying to figure out which nail these came from, because it's funny and it's not a feeling I can explain unless you felt it. But once you sort of sit the nail over the finger that it came off, it just fits perfectly. And where it might feel like it kind of fits on there, maybe, I don't know. I know this nail came from this finger. And so once you get it on there, it lines up perfectly. The ones I'm most interested in are the 2 thumbs. And they are the biggest, so let's start with those. That was from my right hand pinky, yeah, I remember that. I cut that off voluntarily. No, wait, I didn't, it broke, but then I cut it. This, I'm pretty sure, is this thumbnail, because you can see the, hang on, you can see the attempts I made to glue it. So that was on there. So that's actually a very messy edge. It's kind of hard to sit it on and imagine. But that's what we had, I believe, January or February. It broke off. Such a shame. That one is quite magnificent. But we are on the road to have this again. There, see. And then this one. The right hand one I also tried to save very unsuccessfully. It had a patch on it that just didn't last very long. But that was this nail, and again it's kind of messy, so it's hard to... But this one, thankfully, it broke... No, wait. Maybe that was that one. I don't know. Anyway, so it was a little longer. One of these broke right at the bottom. Wait, I think it was this thumb actually. It did break right way at the bottom, and it really hurt at the time. So let's compare. This right hand thumb is currently longer. How much do we have to go, do you think? This is kind of hard. It's not that different. That's interesting because in my memory this nail was extremely long and now it's only a little bit longer. So that's the thumbs. Let's put you there. One I can see straight away that I know what it is. It's this one. And maybe, are you the same? No. Interesting, I'll have to try those. This one broke in April, and oh, I was so pleased I was able to find it. It broke at my friend's house. And who knows which finger this came from. To me it's really obvious, but see if I can show it there. It's wonky, so we know it came from this nail here. I had forgotten how long this got, and when it broke also it didn't break way at the bottom. It broke a few millimeters up, a bit longer than that one maybe. So that was really a very long nail. Let me sit you over the top. Oh yes, it just fits so nicely when you find the right match. I don't really have a way of holding that one without blocking the view with a massive nail, because it's just massive nails all over the place in this video. So yes, that was a good one. Grew beautifully up until April, and it just broke off in one go. It had no crack that I knew of, no imperfection. Oh, my dog's just coming in. I broke it getting something out of my handbag. Rummaging, I always say, is a very dangerous activity for a long-nailed person. Avoid rummaging. Let's see what pinkies we've got here. This is a pinky, and actually I do have a very long pinky nail, longer than this. I gave it to my daughter and she's not here. I don't know what she did with it. These two are pinkies. This was the right hand pinky and this was the left hand pinky, which broke on the exact same day as this one. And I lost a lot of length that day, but thankfully was still left with a lot of length, because let's try and make it how long it was. this pinky nail is only about 4.5, I think, and it had got to 5, so let's make it there. So it was probably about that long. Yeah, that looks right. That feels right to me. But that's how long it was. Wow, that is gargantuan. And it broke off, and it felt very short at the time. Of course it was not short. Again, I don't think I knew that that one had a crack in it or an imperfection. It broke without me knowing as well, and I had to hunt on my friend's floor for it. I was quite gutted about that one because the pinky nail had almost got to 5 centimetres, and I had never had one that got to 5 before. There's the pinkies. Now it gets tricky. See, what's that one I said was this nail, and I think it is. I have a video of me cutting this off. Yeah, that fits. Oh, literally, look at that. It's just sat over the top. That's the length it is now. Let's see if we can make it look longer. Oh, look at that. Whoa. It was never that long. Oh my gosh, I kind of love that. Wait, can I make it longer? Oh no, it's kind of lost its adhesion. That's so cool. This broke last year sometime, and there was a crack in there, and I decided I needed to cut it to save it. But that's a cool one. I don't know if I have. Do I have this one? How did this nail break? I lose track, you know. This one could be the middle nail as well, because it's wonky. Yeah, it is. That's this nail too. Yep, she fits. So that's potentially either from last year, early last year when it broke, or it could just be from before I started posting. I don't know. Let's put you there. I broke this one so recently, and still I can't remember how it broke or what I did with the nail. So that's the pointer. This looks like a thumbnail to me, and the reason I say that is because of how curly it is there. We could find another one, for example. Can you see the bottom one is more curly? Get it in the light. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe that's a bad way to show you. This one to me looks more curly, like it goes smaller at the end. Am I imagining that? But it makes me think it's the thumb. The tip of the thumb. Yeah. I did lose the tip in August last year, about that length. Yeah, that feels like how long it was and where the break was. That's pretty cool. So you go on the thumbs pile. This is not in any particular order. We've got pinky, thumbs, middle, pointer. Ring fingers, I'm feeling you and you, because they're very thin, but they're not as thin as the pinky. Wait, this one's been glued, so it's kind of hard. This has got to be a ring finger, right? It's too small to be anything else, and it's too big to be the pinky. Let's put it over the pinky. Yeah, look, it overhangs the pinky. I wonder, let's put it on left. Yeah, that fits pretty nice. Let's try it on right though. Yeah, no, see the curve is different. I can feel I'm having to like press it on, whereas this one, it just sort of almost clicks into place there. So I think that's a left hand ring finger. Oh, and look, this one has got the pointy top. So that must be my right hand ring finger because I cut them. Wait, go next to the pinky so there is some sense here. I cut my right hand into that shape last year. So that's got to be that, because I haven't had any of my other nails that pointy, although I do like it. Oh look, they're quite different now. The shape. That's cool. I like that shape. I'm always more inclined to like the pointy. Okay. Gets tricky now. That could be another thumb. What's this one? That's pinky or ring finger. No, it's not pinky. It's certainly not that pinky. No, it's too big to be pinky. So this must be ring finger as well. And this has got to be one from before I was filming. Yeah, fits perfectly. Left hand ring finger. It's actually even discoloured a bit. I would say it's, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's a little more discoloured than the others. Where are my ring fingers? Up there. So what's that? Is that ring finger as well? That's ring finger as well. It's not wide enough to be the middle. There must be a, oh no, I was going to say there must be a left hand middle nail here, but actually I broke that in a shop, so I'm wondering if I didn't save it, because none of these look quite right. This could be you. No, it's not wide enough. This is another ring finger, which is not surprising because the ring finger and the pinkies grow the longest. So before I was filming, they are probably the nails that dominate my collection. This is more like a thumb, I would say, the tip of a thumb. And it's got a patch on it. Yes, that's definitely a thumb. Thumbnail, quite a little one. No idea when it's from. Pointers. I just don't know if I kept this one. What are you? No, you're not there. What are you? It looks wonky, but it doesn't, it's not. Oh, it really is wonky. I was about to say it looks wonky, but it doesn't wonk the right way to be the middle finger, but actually I take that back because I just sat it over the top and it just fit on completely perfectly. So that is a middle finger on the right hand. Go there, all my wonkies. You're very pointy, and then I don't know what's going on with this one. This one looks like it's been crushed. somehow. Don't know. Is it? It looks more like my daughter's nail than my nail, but I don't think I've ever kept any of her nail clippings. It's also got nail varnish on, so I can't figure that out. Let's see where it might have come from. Maybe middle. Yeah, too big to be ring finger, and it's not wonky. The ends of it are not wonky, so I think this is an historic clipping from my middle nail, because that's the only one it kind of is fitting on. It's pretty titchy. Okay, let's do this one because I think this is probably going to be a ring finger again, just by the size. I'll check it for the pinky. Nope, too big on pinky. Fits pretty well, right hand, ring finger. Ah, fits even better, left hand, ring finger. Yeah, goes there. I like when they do that, they hug onto it. Don't know when that came off, don't know how old that is. We've only got one pointer, unless you are a pointer, because last year I did break these two and I'm pretty sure I kept them. I think this could be a pointer. Let's see. It's wider. Yes. Look at that. It's the perfect width. And it's been tried to be saved. It's got glue on. I think that was my right hand pointer last year. One of the very first breaks I had after I started this channel. There, look. All organised. Let's put them in order. Pinky. Ring finger. You thumbs move out the way. Middle. Wonky nails. Then pointers and thumbs. That's cool. I've never organised them like this before. It's quite satisfying. Let's play with them a little bit, because why not? See if they sound different. I don't think so. You tell me. Real nails. Old nails. They sound the same, right? Let's do with two other ones. You can hear the difference in thickness. My thumbs are by far the thickest of my nails. These nails here feel thinner than the nails on my fingers right now. They're so, where I'm holding it here, it's digging in so much. Look at that. Those edges are so sharp. Like razor sharp, these. much else dug in? Let's put you back up a bit just to say goodbye. Oh, we're very close now. You don't need to see that. Let me just turn it off. I'm not really sure if that was a nails video or an ASMR video or what that was really, but hopefully it was slightly of interest to someone. I will, as always, see you later.